Good morning and welcome to the Embodied Living class. Today I want to talk about transition times and the concept of reset. So we have a lot of expectations on ourselves that when we set goals or try to bring habits into our lives, that we should just do them perfectly. Even if we don't know we have this expectation, most of us have this expectation. And that actually balance is brought into our lives by going continually off balance and coming back to center. So our aspiration to bring new habits, new ways of being into our lives will never be an even keel the entire way. There will be times when we are off, times when we are on. And this is my concept of the reset. We are constantly resetting, and our time on the mats is an opportunity to do this. And this applies as well, that transition times can be activating. Changes in jobs, changes in living situations. It's unfamiliarity in the nervous system, and it can bring up a little bit of nervous excitement. And so if we want to transition through that time with as much groundedness as possible, we can come to this concept of the reset. Just resetting back, resetting back. Activation comes, I reset. So that is the invitation to consider, to contemplate during your practice today. What is it like to go through the transitions in the poses, the transitions in your thoughts? What do you notice happen as you do? And how might you reset if you notice that this is pulling you into directions of extra energy or anxiety or nervousness or whatever might happen? So let's do that now, using the breath to reset as you inhale and then exhale out through the mouth. A little sigh. Notice how your body responds. Breathing in again. And sighing out through the mouth. One more time. Breath in. And out. You're welcome to close the eyes at this point if it feels okay to. If not, a soft downward gaze. And beginning to tune your attention inward. Notice how your body responds to the gift of just those 3 conscious breaths. Invite your attention, if it's willing, to focus even more deeply on the breath as it comes in and the breath as it goes out. Moving your attention down into the sit bones, the ankles, whatever part of your body is touching the earth. Noticing how the body feels in relation to this contact. How is it responding to this sense of being held? And taking your attention up through the spine and into the crown of the head. And perhaps opening up the chest just a little, letting more space into the lungs, into the heart. And take a breath to notice. How is my system, my body responding to this attention, to these breaths? And bringing both hands to your knees. Again, a nice full breath, yogic breathing into the belly if you can. Ribs, chest, and out from the chest, ribs and belly. And then just a couple of natural breaths. And bringing your hands to your heart for a moment of intention. Palms pressing into prayer. And you can curl in the thumbs here so that the knuckles of the thumbs rest onto your chest. And this can help just bring a little more awareness to center our attention into that heart center. And may your heart and being be ever ready to reset, to let go, to come back, to release fears, come back to love, release anxiety, come back to joy, release expectations, come back to acceptance. And may this practice help you with whatever you might need to transition through in your day today or in your life at the moment. And bringing hands down to your knees. So use the inhale to draw up from the earth through the spine into the heart, lifting up, gentle back bend, starting to wake up the body. You might blink open the eyes, looking up. Exhale, tuck the chin in and round. Just inviting the body to gently start moving and breathing together. Breath in, lift up into the heart. And breath out, curl in and round. Again, breath in, lift up. And exhale, round. Good. This time we're going to take the arms up. As you breathe in, lift the arms up past the body. We're going to take them all the way up to the sky. And then as you exhale, take them down the sides of the body and coming to your rounding position. And then again, as you inhale, hands up past the front of the body. Expansion and softening as you exhale. Good. Leave the hands at the side onto the fingertips. Breath into a centered position in the torso. And then when you exhale, swap the cross of the legs. Taking yourself into a right side twist, left fingertips behind. Or no, this way. Right fingertips behind, left hand to right knee. And breathe into it. So we're going to lift up, find that expansion on the inhale. And as you exhale, let's take those right ribs back a little further, right shoulder back, and perhaps even look over your right shoulder. Every breath can be a reset as you inhale, exhale, and notice the shift. One more. Good, and then gently release to the center. Breath in. Let's take one centered slight bend back, lift up. And this time exhale round and walk the hands forward. Coming into a forward fold. Take the breath into the hips, into the spine. Good. Breath in, walk up. Breath out, hands to the sides of the hips, center and settle. And a gentle working into your twist, left side, left fingertips behind, right hand to left knee. And just arriving into the posture. So we come in gently here, just a very mild version of the pose initially. Just letting the body adjust, adapt, feel these different invitations to movement. And then breath in, an invitation to take it deeper as we extend up through the spine. And then breath out as we deepen into the twist. And coming back to center. Inhale into your gentle back bend here, lifting up. And then exhale, rounding, fingertips to the floor, walking forward, forward fold. Walking the hands back, and notice that the body may have become used to sitting here in this particular configuration as you exhale. You're going to change now and notice how the body responds to this moment of transition. Taking the legs out in front. You can move the flesh of the buttocks back here if you wish, if you need to get more access to the floor. Have a slight bend in the knees to make the forward fold we're about to do a little easier. Fingertips onto the ground, and then just notice even the slightest moves in the body create information coming in for our nervous system and our brain to register and respond to, our mind to process. Give yourself a moment to notice what that feels like. Breathe in for the reset, and breathe out to release. Belly, ribs, chest coming forward, hands walking forward, and taking the forward fold, our first deep visitation to the hamstrings. Remember, always, always, always in yoga, if we lose balance, lose centeredness, our anchor is our breath. Just come back to the breath, noticing the inhale in whatever form it takes, noticing the exhale. Good. And then an inhale to walk the hands back. We're going to take them all the way back behind us, maybe about 20 centimeters back behind. And then folding up the legs, so bending the knees, soles of the feet to the floor. We're going to take a tabletop position. Breathing in here. And as you exhale, pressing the body up to find a lift and a reach through the torso and the legs, trying to make one straight line here. You can keep the head up, looking between the knees, Or if it feels good to, gently explore letting that neck and head release back. Just a few breaths. Good. As you exhale now, coming back down, hips set gently to the floor. Walk the hands forward, coming up, and we take again our cross-legged position. Hands to the knees. Perhaps now your body is ready as you breathe in to take the back bend to go a little bit deeper. Can you find more expansion in this pose? And then exhale to round. And again, inhale. Feel into the spine. Exhale, round. One more to inhale. And one more to exhale. And then adding in again as we inhale, backs of the hands face the center as you rise up. We're going to extend the arms up and slightly out on the diagonal, as expanded as you can find. And then exhale, palms down, gently sinking the hands down the side and rounding the spine. And again, bring the palms, the backs of the hands together in front of your belly. As you inhale, lift them up, reach out, and exhale, down the sides, and curling. Beautiful. Hands to the knees as you inhale, come up, and exhale to ground and center. And giving ourselves a breath or two between every transition and just noticing the shifts and changes of how we feel. Taking your left fingertips down to the side of you. Breathe in, right arm comes all the way up. We're going to exhale and bend first here. So still anchored on the ground, just moving the side of the body. We're not leaning anywhere. We're still upright, but the ribs will be pressing out, and we're in a long position on the right side of the body and a curved position, drawn in position here on the left. Good. So finding this reach and slight bend first. Breathe in, and then as you exhale, if you want to add in the lean, you can walk those left fingertips out and you'll start to feel a bit more opening down the side body here. Keep anchored through that right hip. Nice, good. Good, and then inhale all the way back up to center. Exhale to take a moment and feel. Notice the different sides. Right fingers anchor, left arm comes up on the inhale. As you exhale, staying upright from the hips, but drawing a bend into this left side body, pressing those left ribs out. A breath here. And then exhaling, walking out those right fingertips and take the side bend if you wish. Good. Inhale up. Exhale, release and notice. Preparing for a transition, ground into the sit bones and the feet. We're going to breathe in and roll forward over the legs onto hands and knees. Exhale again. Find your reset, ground, feel the hands and knees and curled under toes connected to the earth. Breathing in, belly down, head and tailbone up. Maybe even more expansion now through the spine. Exhale and round, and maybe the body's ready for it. Breath in, belly down, head and tailbone up. Exhale and round. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Come to neutral as you inhale. Exhale, hold and sense through the body. And take your right leg back, toes on the floor. Nice and long here, straight through the body, breathing in. And as you exhale, take that right heel back past the line of the toes. And just opening up into a nice little calf stretch. A couple of breaths here. Inhale to straighten up, bring that heel forward, and exhale to bring the knee down. Good, left leg back, toes on the floor. And breath in. Exhale, take that heel back past the line of the toes. Notice the opening offered to the calf. Take breath there. Good. Inhale, center. Exhale, knee back to the floor. Breath in, belly down, head and tailbone up. And exhale to round. Inhale to neutral. We're going to take the knees wide, touch the toes, breathing out, hips back to heels, and coming into a child's pose, walking the arms forward, letting your forehead come down towards the ground. This is a beautiful position for responding when we feel perhaps a little overwhelmed in our lives or in our nervous system. We can come back here. Part of the reset process, curl in, draw in, feel in contact with the earth, and notice the breath come in and go out. Good. Breathing in to rise up. As you exhale, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. You're going to come into a lunge, bringing through your right leg first. Use the inhale to step through. And the exhale to gently squeeze the thighs towards each other. Activate some stability. And then let them sink forward. Opening up into the front of your left hip. Breathing in. And breathing out. In and out. In walking your hands back. As you breathe in, let's stay in this position. We're going to take it to a preparation pose for Hanumanasana or splits pose. We're not going there, do not worry. We're going to open a little bit more deeply into this front leg. So we're taking our hips back. You have options here. You can tuck the back toes and sit back onto this heel if that's available to you, and let this this front leg extend. Some people might need to go up a bit higher, so you can stay upright on this base knee and hold onto your hips and just be leaning slightly forward to start to create the opening. So these are the options. Coming up here, you might rest fingertips onto the floor, or you might come all the way back and come down. Good. Nice. We're going to pulse between now as you inhale, walking the hands forward, coming up to center, and then exhale, take the hips forward to the lunge. Inhale, walk the hands back to center. And exhale, take the hips back to the half splits. And again, inhale, walk forward, center. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, walk to center. And exhale, half splits. One more time. Inhale, walk forward. Exhale, lunge. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, walk forward. And exhale, release. Good. Set your hands to the floor, knees to the floor, toes touching, breath in, belly down, head and tailbone up. Exhale to round. Inhale to neutral. And exhale, knees out wide, toes touching. Let's rest the body back and take a few breaths in child's pose. Let the body settle, be soothed. Good. Breath in, rise up. As you exhale, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. I'm going to go left side, bringing the left leg through as you inhale. Gentle squeeze the thighs towards each other or towards the center line to bring stability to the hips. As you then let that hip come forward and breathe. So depending on what's going on in your hips, you might want to back off out of the stretch. You might want to activate the glute here, the back glute, a little more. So when we tighten up in the back, this lets the front loosen. It's called reciprocal stretch reflex response, something like that. Okay, so we're going to go back. I'll try and explain it a little better this side. Breathing in, bringing the hips back to center. And we're taking that preparation for splits pose. So we'll start in this one. We want this front leg straight out in front, so you might have to shuffle it forward. You're coming onto the heel and lifting up the toes. So perhaps you can stay here on your fingertips or palms and be leaning the body forward over that leg. If that's not available, you might need to bring hands to the hips and just be leaning forward just a little bit over that leg. Some people like to bring the hips all the way back and sit down onto this heel and then lean forward over this front leg. It depends on your preference and what is available for the body that you have today. Good. Breath in, rise up. Breath out into the lunge. Breath in, hips to center. Breath out into your half splits. Breath in, center. Breath out, lunge. Breath in, center. Breath out, half splits. One more time as you inhale. Exhale to the lunge. Inhale to center. And exhale to your half splits. Very good. Inhale up. And exhale, release your left knee. Reset, hands to the floor. Breath in, belly down, head and tailbone up. Exhale and round. Inhale to neutral. And exhale, knees out to the side, hips back to heels. Come back to your child's pose. Savor a few breaths here. Good. So staying in your child's pose, I'm just going to move around so you can see me a little differently. We're going to combine this with a thread the needle to bring some opening into the back and shoulders. So hands planted in the floor, we lift up just a few centimeters, breathing in. I'm going to tuck this right hand underneath and through and come onto the outer edge of the upper right arm. So we're finding this little bit of twist action here. You might be able to rest the right side of your head onto the floor. And then bringing this left hand, if it feels good to rest into the right and press down a little bit to deepen the twist action. Try to hold the hips steady. Good. Bring your left hand back to the floor. Just a gentle lift, breathing in, bringing the body up, bringing your arm through, and then exhale to deepen back into the child's pose. Arms extended long along the floor. Nice. As you breathe in, press into the palms, lift up just a little off the floor, and left arm tucks through here, coming onto the outer edge of that upper left arm. So you're coming into that twist, take it through as far as you can, and then you might rest onto the left side of the head. Start to feel that opening in the upper back. And then resting the right hand into that left palm and pressing down, if it feels good to. And find a little more twist and space. Good. And then bringing the right hand down. Breath in, just lifting up enough to bring that left arm back through. And then both arms extending long back into centered child's pose. Good. Breath in, rise up. Back onto all fours. And exhale to center back. Ground yourself through your hands, through your knees, through your feet, feeling that contact into the earth. I'm going to go again into a gentle lunge and add in a twist, bringing through your right leg first. Take another inhale here. As you exhale, squeezing the inner line of the thighs towards each other and coming down. Good. I'm going to walk the hands up, so finding stability here. That activation in the thighs really helps you to try and stay a bit steady and balanced. And walk the hands up. And you can ease off, so we don't have to go all the way into the hips. We can come back out a little bit here, find a bit of space, and then just come in to a place that feels nice, where we can keep the hips steady and pointing forward. I'm going to invite in a twist here as well. So our left arm is going to lead the way coming across. You've got options here. You can just stay upright and twist, or you can bring this left elbow across to the outer side of that right knee. Make prayer hands and press this top hand in. Good. Good. Inhale. And then exhale. Gently release the hands. Come back to center. Breath in. We're going to exhale back to our half splits pose here. Open up the back of this front leg. So whatever version, you might have toes tucked at the back, you might have them flat. Might come all the way back. Just a breath here. In and out. Excellent. Inhale, walk forward. And exhale to release. Good. I'm just going to switch around so my leg's still facing you. Bringing through the left side. And exhale, gentle squeeze into those thighs. Thighs towards the midline. Letting the body come down. Keeping that balance and that stability. And walking back up and noticing if, oh, that's a bit deep in my hips. I want to come out a little bit. You're welcome to do that. You might go back in again. You might stay here. And then finding the twist. So this right hand holding to the outer edge of the left thigh. And then bringing the elbow across and palm in. Good. Beautiful. One more breath in. And an exhale. Gently back to center and coming all the way back to your half splits pose. Inhale to bring yourself up and exhale to release. Take your knees out wide as you inhale and exhale, hips back to heels and coming down for child's pose. So you may notice that the hip openers can be a little activating in the body. Perhaps your body responded, noticing a bit more energy. And we can do this deliberately in our practice. Bring in postures that are a little more challenging, a little more activating, a little more quote unquote stressful, so we learn how to move flexibly into a period of a little bit more excitement, back to a little more rested, in smooth, graceful ways. All of our experiences are welcome, natural, normal in the body. Good. As you inhale, rising up onto hands and knees. Exhale to bring hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Allow yourself to reset, re-find your ground. Toes tucked here, breath in to let the belly down, head and tailbone up. Exhale to round. Inhale to neutral. And exhale back. Let's take one downward facing dog. We're coming towards the end of our practice. So again, just a little more strength. You might bend one knee and then the other and wriggle things around. Let yourself feel through the body. And then settle into your version of the pose. Press down into the area between thumb and forefinger. Grip gently with the fingertips and try to roll your upper arms out and away from your ears. Press down into the feet. Good. And inhale, come forward and hold for 3 breaths in our high plank. Last inhale. And as you exhale, knees gently to the floor. Sitting back all the way onto the heels. Bringing your arms up as you breathe in. And then exhale, tucking left elbow into right. Keep the arms parallel or wrap the forearms and bring the hands together. Take an inhale, fingertips to the ceiling. Exhale, knees to chest and round. Inhale up. So we're focusing the movement here really into the upper back. As you exhale and round, it's elbows tucked, and we're wanting to feel that spread through the shoulder blades and upper back. You don't need to come forward, just curl. Breath in, lift up, and exhale, round. Inhale to neutral. And exhale to unravel the arms, let them come down, breathe in, take them out to the sides and up. And then Which way did I go? Left elbow into right? Do whichever one. I've forgotten which one I did. I think right elbow into left now. Breath in, fingertips to the ceiling. Breath out, elbows to the chest and round. Inhale up. And exhale round. Inhale up. And exhale round. Good. Inhale to neutral. Exhale to unravel the arms. Then we're going to slide the hips off the mat onto the ground and bring your legs out in front of you into a full Dandasana, staff pose. Extended legs, body up. We're going to take Paschimottanasana, forward fold, fingertips out to either sides of the knees. Breathing in. If you've got longer arms, I've got short arms, so it's fingertips. If you've got longer arms, you might rest your palms down there. Breathing in, lift up into the crown of the head. And exhale, walk forward, belly, ribs, chest, face, coming down. Good. Inhale, walk the hands back up. And then exhale, we're going to bend the knees and bring the soles of the feet together for Baddha Konasana. You can take your hands to your feet, perhaps wrapping around the upper feet here. Breathing in, lift from the sit bones up into the belly, up into the heart, up into the head. And then exhale, belly, ribs, chest coming forward. Good. Inhale, rise up. Exhale to gently offer the knees towards each other, lifting up, and shuffle down as you need to come onto your back on your mat. Knees up towards the chest, and we'll have the arms extended out at shoulder height. Palms facing down. Breath in. And as you breathe out, knees over towards the right elbow, coming into your final twist. Let the lower body come all the way to the floor, and let the breath invite that left shoulder back behind you. Closer to the floor. And then inhale, knees to the center. And exhale, over towards that left elbow. And then breathing the body back to let the right shoulder come towards the floor. Beautiful, knees to the center as you inhale. Exhale, feet to the floor. Bring the arms down by your sides. Palms facing up towards the ceiling. And take a couple of breaths just here to feel how the body responds to being laid out on the earth, the whole back held and supported. Notice how that feels inside. Extend the right leg long. Notice what it feels like to change that position and have the whole leg held on the earth. And then left leg long, relaxing into the hold of the earth. Taking a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Closing down your eyes. Loosening your jaw. Relaxing around your eyes and throat, chest, upper back, arms, ribs and mid-back, belly and lower back, hips and pelvis, thighs, knees, lower legs, ankles, and feet. All resting now. All leaning into the earth. Whole body breathing. From the top of your head to the tips of the fingers and toes. Expanding with the inhale. And softening back in with the exhale. If the mind wanders, inviting it to reconnect back to breath, in and out. And as you're ready, deepening that breath, wriggling the fingers and the toes, and gently drawing the right knee to the chest, and then the left. and rolling to your right side. And pressing up to a seated position. And as you find your seat once again, leaning into your own pelvis, into your sit bones, into the bowl of the pelvis, connected to the earth, strong, grounded, supporting, held. Feeling your belly above your hips, your spine lifting. Feeling your heart above your belly, your spine lifting, and your head above your heart, spine lifting. Bringing hands together, thumbs bent so you can rest those knuckles onto the chest once again. And inviting in a little sprinkle of gratitude for this practice, knowing that as we move through transitions, as we move through changes, energy will go up and down in a rhythm that we can influence and shape with every reset, and find more calm and balance and regulation, knowing that this is the calm and balance, the step away from center and the step back. And breathing in to sit up tall, and breathing out to bow forward in a gesture of even deeper gratitude, appreciation and respect for the practice and any benefits it has brought to your life today. Namaste.